What's up, Twitter world? This is the White OJ, the pale-faced killer whale. Welcome to the Austin Ingels movie show. I am your host, Austin Ingels, and this is produced by Radu.
Yo, what's going on, y'all?
Channing Tate, yum. How we doing, everybody? We are doing This Is the End from 2013. But first and foremost, housekeeping. Little housekeeping up top. Plugs. Every Thursday and Sunday, catch me at the Speakeasy in Austin, Texas at 8 p.m. And every Friday and Saturday at 7:30 at Crazy Conches. That's right, baby. Crazy Conches. Radu.
Yo, I'm just here to hang out today.
Yeah, the producer, the executive producer. This is executive produced by Austin Ingels and Radu. Patrick. I guess he wanted me to call him that now.
Yeah, it's Rad Patrick on everything.
Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. Don't mean to date us, but it's St. Patrick's Day. Neither of us are wearing green. I have a stupid red beard. What do you think?
Well, my middle name's Patrick, and weirdly enough, my dad sent me $100 this morning for St. Patrick's Day.
Weirdly enough, my mom Venmo'd me $50 last night out of the blue. I woke up to it from a nap. I was like, oh, sweet. All right, cool.
It was literally the first thing I saw when I woke up today. It just
So
said,
we
"Happy
both
St.
woke up
Patrick's."
a little bit richer. Current event joke. You ready for it? All these planes falling out of the sky. A lot of people have superstitions when it comes to flying. I have one. I stop telling 9/11 jokes a week before I fly.
Fire.
Yeah, as someone who's trying to pursue a career where I'm going to be flying and traveling the country, this is terrifying, all these planes falling out of the sky, but I'm still going to do 9/11 jokes. Radu has been witness to this the last few weeks at, I don't know, wait, was that back-to-back nights? Or no, was it? Yeah, it was back-to-back nights.
Back-to-back nights.
At Crazy Conches, the 9/11 joke that I have. I mean, it always does well, but it's been fucking just...
The room blew up on it.
It's been going crazy. Yeah, it's been hitting the towers, if you will. It's been falling out of the sky. I'm sorry if that's in poor taste, but I haven't been to the movie theaters in a few weeks, but I am looking forward to a couple movies coming out. So the last movie I have seen in the movie theater is still The Monkey. But yeah, there's a couple movies coming out. But we're here for the main event, folks. This is the end, 2013. That is the year it dropped. The summary of this movie. In Hollywood, actor James Franco is throwing a party with a slew of celebrity pals. Among those in attendance are his buddies Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, Jay Baruchel, Danny McBride, and Craig Robinson. Suddenly, an apocalypse of biblical proportions erupts, causing untold carnage among Tinseltown's elite and trapping Franco's party in his home. As the world they knew disintegrates outside, cabin fever and dwindling supplies threaten to tear the six friends apart. Wow. What a summary. This Is the End was based on Jay and Seth versus the Apocalypse, a short film written by Rogen and Goldberg and directed by Jason Stone, who serves as an executive producer on the film. That was written in 2007, so it took 6 years for this film to develop. Regarding the film, Rogen and Goldberg told interviewers that we always wanted to do a movie where people played themselves.
Yeah, I actually watched the movie this time, guys. So
Yeah,
shout out
Radu.
me for that.
Yeah, that's always a topic that I forgot to add. Radu, you've seen the movie, thank God. Radu did his homework, which
Thanks, guys.
I kind of like it when he doesn't do his homework, but he was ready for this.
I just wanted to add that it was interesting that I feel like this was one of those golden era movies where we didn't have social media, we didn't have memes. Like you were saying, we used to just quote movies with our friends.
Yeah.
And this is one of those movies. We didn't have memes. We had Will Ferrell growing up. It was really awesome to see a movie about celebrities playing themselves because we cared about celebrities like that growing up.
Meta. It was very meta. Sucked up into the sky. Nobody got sucked up in here. I got sucked off in here. Michael Cera. All right. Watching this movie now hits a little different after the LA fires and invention of AI. Skynet went live, That's a quote from Terminator. I know you probably haven't seen any of the Terminator movies.
I know. I have not seen Terminator.
Yeah, shut
I'm
up.
sorry. I know I'll be back.
That's good. That's good to know that.
I know that.
Pop culture reference.
I'm not a heathen.
I'm sorry, folks. I had to take a little drink of water there. Okay. Yeah, the impact of this movie. The title, This Is the End, is almost meta to Seth Rogen's movie run because Seth Rogen's run from, you could call it 2006 to 2014 is absolutely unreal. And this was at the very end of that, the tail end of that. Yeah, his run and, starting with his appearance in 40-Year-Old Virgin and then, started with Knocked Up. Go look up Seth Rogen's 2007 to 2006 to 2008. He was in Knocked Up, Superbad, Pineapple Express, and he wrote and starred in all of these movies. So it's one of those things that will not be replicated to this day. I don't think anybody will probably go on a run like that. They just don't make movie stars like that anymore. And the funny thing is he has that Bill Murray syndrome where it's almost like he's playing the same character in every movie. They even bring that up. A guy in the paparazzi at the beginning of the movie says, "Hey, Seth Rogen, you play like the same guy in every movie," which was a criticism of Seth Rogen at this point. I mean, like I said, this is the end of his run. So people were, if you were a Seth Rogen hater, you had a reason to, or what's the word I'm looking for? You had something to attack him for, saying that he plays the same role in every movie. When I watched this first, I definitely saw this movie in theaters. Can't forget that. I bet you're jealous of that, right? Seeing this movie in theaters. Yeah, I'll never forget that. Rotten Tomatoes score. 82% Rotten Tomatoes, and the audience score is 71. Yeah, dude, the rare time when the audience is fucking wrong. They're so wrong on this. I mean, this is probably a 90 in my opinion as far as movies go. What do you think? 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10? I would say definitely 9 out of 10. I wish the movie had...
Say what you said earlier.
I don't even remember what I said earlier.
All right, we're not going to bring it up then. It rhymes with grape.
I'm just... No,
You don't want to do that? No, don't get... I don't even know if we're 10 minets in. We should save
I don't
that
even
for...
think we're 10 minutes in yet.
Yeah, we better not if we want to get sponsored. Check our... What is the time?
It's 8 minutes.
Yeah, we don't want to bring that up yet. Yeah. We better chill on that. Yeah, dude. Audience score. They fucked that up completely, didn't they? That's crazy. Normally it's the other way around.
Do you think it was like an influx of new reviews, people looking back on it, giving it a bad score? Like people just like judging like James Franco for all the drama and all didn't James Franco get canceled?
I mean, yeah, we're going to bring that up later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think they do the audience score based on I think it's the time of it. I don't think they can go back and change it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'd be fucked up if they did that. But yeah, the audience is so wrong on that one, bud. So wrong. That hurts my feelings. Let's see here. So Go ahead, get it out. Get it out, baby.
Sorry.
That's all right. My producer, he rips bongs.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I mean, this is I mean, we're doing a Seth Rogen movie, so it's only right, you know.
Speaking of bongs, I did like one thing as a stoner I appreciated from the movie was the Gandalf pipe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. The beginning of the movie is great. That's how I want it. That's how I want to be greeted every time I come home from like a trip or My brother treats me that way, so I appreciate that. Shout out to Dex.
I mean, every time you come over here, you say, "Light this for me, Hobbit."
Don't put those words in my mouth. And I say, you're a known homosexual. Good times. We are having fun. Like most Seth Rogen movies, some lores or legends. Like most Seth Rogen movies, over 50% of the lines were ad-libbed or improvised. And yeah, that's one of my favorite aspects of Rogen movies and Judd Apatow movies is it's usually their writing and they're very collaborative and it seems loose and fun. So anybody who has a background in improv and all that, just you got to appreciate that because the fact that they're, if you go back and watch the blooper reels and shit, I'm gonna bring this up later, but it's got to be impossible to film one of these movies and not just bust out laughing every time someone says a line. Especially Danny McBride, he just absolutely blows this movie away.
Bro, Danny McBride like invented a whole character and then is just him, and then gets to play himself, and it's just the character he made.
Well, yeah, Seth Rogen's the same way.
Literally, I'm new to Danny McBride. I found Danny McBride late in life, to be honest.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
it's Shane Gillis is pretty much just an incarnation of Danny McBride, and so I think he would probably tell you the same thing.
I actually saw the interview.
Theo.
No, with Shane Gillis and Danny McBride.
Oh yeah, Danny McBride was on Shane's podcast.
and Shane says something along the lines of, "Yeah, man, I just found you, and then I just started acting like you for the next decade."
Yeah.
He goes, "How old are you?" He goes, 30.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all my friend group and everybody, we all grew up on, like you said, we all grew up on Will Ferrell, and I like Seth Rogen more than Will Ferrell and his movies more. So these were, I've always, Seth Rogen, I don't have this in here, but he's always been like counterculture to me, so I've just always appreciated his movies. So every time, I feel like they've always were an event when they came out, his movies. Especially, we did Pineapple Express on JD's podcast, but when that movie came out, I'll never forget it. My brother and I, our younger brother MJ was being born in the hospital, so Dexter and I had the house to ourselves, bought Pineapple Express on DVD, and ran that shit back. Just, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue and want to take you higher. Okay. We're not talking about Pineapple Express. We will in a second, though. But we're going to talk about one of the co-stars of this movie, Emma Watson, Hermione Granger.
Probably one of my favorite cameos. Would you even call them cameos?
It's not a cameo because she's like credited. She's like in top billing. Like they go through, yeah, like she's and Emma Watson, so she's technically in top billing. But
I want to be that kind of agent. Be like, and my client gets top billing.
Yeah, well, you know. That's a good part of to have in a movie, I would think. Emma Watson walking out. It was rumored Emma Watson stormed off set after refusing to do a scene where Danny McBride's character was depicted as a cannibal. Channing Tate, yum. That's fucking G.I. Joe. But according to Seth Rogen, who clarified the situation in an interview with British GQ, Emma Watson did not storm off the set, but she did leave the set after objecting to, be in the cannibal scene, which is rightfully so. But other than that, she was game to do everything. Hardcore, man. Hardcore. That's what James Franco says when he...
I just really feel like they could have fleshed out that hallway scene a little bit more where they're talking outside the door.
That scene's great. He's like, "Hi, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I would love to get her take on those motion pictures."
I just like where they're just like, dude, you're the one who brought up vibes.
Yeah, you look like the sketch artist of a rapist. We're past 10 minutes. I think we can do it now, right? Yeah. You look like the description of a rapist. What?
Danny McBride, the ultimate gaslighter.
Yeah, dude, he's on another level in this movie. He is, I think, the MVP of this movie. If we were giving him away, what do you think?
Easily.
Yeah.
Walk away backwards into the fucking flames, flipping them off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
when he exits in the fucking tuxedo that's blowing out. The motherfucker's gained weight since he's got here. Absolutely incredible. The bag in which Emma Watson takes the water is the same duffel bag used in Pineapple Express.
Ooh, that's cool.
The green and yellow bag. If they made the sequel to Pineapple Express, Seth Rogen said that if they made the sequel, that trailer was the actual plot. So that's a fun fact. And I remember in 2013, April Fool's Day, April 1st, they dropped the trailer to Pineapple Express 2, like what's in the movie. And then they said, April Fools, this is the end comes out. So the promo for this movie was next level too. I love that shit. That got me hyped. Movies were different back then, man.
Well, we had, dude, like you said, we didn't have memes. We had movie phrases. We had quotes.
Yeah.
I remember going to, like, hotquotes.com, bro, and just, like, looking at the top hot quotes all the time growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You've always been a tech guy, dude.
Yeah, remember that website, My Life is Bro?
No.
What?
No.
You don't remember that website, FML?
No.
Fuck My Life website?
No.
Oh, man.
You're a couple years younger than me, right?
I'm 30.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're 30.
1994.
You're 30 as fuck, boy.
Man, 30, flirty, and thriving.
Chill. When James Franco is describing the plot, he foreshadows his fate at the end of the movie when he's talking about Pineapple Express 2. When he's talking about Danny McBride eats him. That's what happens. That's foreshadowing, my friend. Seth and Jay discuss the 7 deadly sins after James is eaten.
Yeah, he was like, "What is that, wrath?"
Yep, they talk about the 7 deadly sins. So, back to back. What do you know? Look at us in synchronicity with the world. That's how you know everything's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna figure out who the Zodiac killer is.
I think it's yeah, whatever. It's weird to bring up now, but we're gonna figure out who the Zodiac killer is. Fuck yeah, we are, dude. We're caffeined up. Yeah, Radu wanted to step on this, but initially, Michael Cera was not actually slapping Rihanna's ass, but rather making the motion and stopping right before touching her. As a result of the enclosed space forcing awkward camera angles, the scene was not working. It looked fake. Eventually, Sarah asked Rihanna if he could slap her ass. She said yes, but on the condition that she was allowed to really smack him across the face each time. So Sarah agreed, but Rihanna neglected to mention, much to Sarah's reaction, I guess, that she would be slapping him harder with each take. I think that's worth it. Slapping Rihanna's
honestly
big old voluptuous ass.
I would.
I would have saved Rihanna. I would have dove in that hole with her when she falls in.
Yeah,
in the front lawn.
Riri's so fine, bro.
Dude. Let's take a moment for Riri, everybody. This is a Rihanna. Oh, hold on. Let me actually do it. Yeah, this is a Rihanna podcast, folks. Don't be dumb. ASAP Rocky. What do you think? We're flowing through this. I think it's just flowing through perfectly. What do you think?
Yeah, speaking of flowing, all the cocaine that fucking Michael Cera was fucking doing in the movie.
Yeah,
hilarious.
Yeah, it was perfect going against typecast. You know, he's normally the sweet, nice guy. So
the way he's just like, someone got my phone. Dial my number.
Someone's got my phone. Who's got my phone?
This is embarrassing.
Yeah. Is this reboot proof? Yes, absolutely. You'll never be able to do this movie again.
Does that mean
only because there's not like a group of friends like this in Hollywood, really? You know what I mean? Like, who's the next group like this? Like, there used to be the Frat Pack, which was Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson, and like, you know, Vince Vaughn and that clique, and then Seth Rogen and his group came through. Like, there's no clique like that in Hollywood anymore. It's all comics that are the cliques now. So, you know, Theo Vaughn and David Spade are coming out with the movie. So
yeah, actually, the killers of I seen like Cam Patterson, Hans Kim, Casey Rocket all in a movie with with David Spade.
Oh, they're in it too.
They're all in it. So it's like,
so yeah. I mean, like comedies
right.
are it's like the comedians are the new cliques now. Which I mean, podcast took over for sure. So let's see here. Likes. Let's do likes. I'm trying to slow down a little bit. I feel like I'm flying through this. What do you think so far? What do you?
I mean, I feel like so far, I feel like about what, the movie?
Yeah. What do you think of the? Yeah.
What about the movie? Dude? Are we all talking about the movies right now?
Movie or pod?
No, I think that this movie was what I liked the most about it was just like it took me back. It was like a time capsule. They had Gangnam Style in the movie.
That I almost wrote that down.
Oh
like
my
this
God.
is. You could watch this. I think this. You said it's a time capsule, but I also think you could watch it at any time. But yeah, Gangnam Style really fucking 2013.
It preserves a moment of time that was pop culture at the time. There were so many good references and like just so much. I mean, the celebrities playing themselves. It's like it felt like going back. Like it was cool.
But Seth Rogen, I'll probably do the interview because the lore behind that movie, I think is insane. So I'm not gonna step on that. But yeah, the fact that this was right before streaming took over everything. You went to see movies in theaters still at this point. So the marketing, the promo, it's a different time. But my likes, what do we got here? fucking dumb shit. My likes. I'm sorry, folks. The cast. I enjoy the fictionalized cast playing themselves. I really enjoyed that.
Would that be your celeb? Would that be your choice of celebrity team?
Those guys?
Yeah. Like if you could only have one of them, two of them on your apocalypse survival team, who do you have?
Probably Rogan and Jonah Hill, I'd say. Or no, Rogan and McBride. Yeah.
Rogan and McBride. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would have taken James Franco and Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
That's
Well, they're
me.
the top billing. I think they did that because those two in 2013 had both been nominated for an Oscar at this point. So Jonah Hill in Moneyball and James Franco in 127 Hours. Yeah. So let's see here. This was Seth Rogen's directorial debut, and I love that, and I love the aesthetic. It's definitely a Seth Rogen movie. Just like with David Fincher and Tarantino movies, you know when you're watching a Seth Rogen movie, like especially with Pineapple Express and any movie after that, there's an aesthetic, and I love the fake movie trailers. Without, like I said earlier, they dropped that on April 1st of 2013, the fake trailer to Pineapple Express 2.
Which is kind of like the countdown to Stoner Christmas, right? The first day of April is kind of like, all right, guys, 420's coming up.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that's a whole nother aspect, too, with the whole Seth Rogen shit. Like, let's do all the drugs. I wouldn't do that if we were in the apocalypse. Like, I would be saving our drugs, right?
I had written down the classic drug-induced montage sequence.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to do ecstasy. Well, you just drunk a can.
He goes, no, I don't really feel like doing it. You should have thought of that before he drink a whole can of ecstasy. Oop. Yeah.
Yeah, I think those montage sequences are some of my favorite things. They tell so much with so little words, and it's just like...
You would like that.
I love montages, bro. What? You don't have like a top montage?
Montage is usually like the fucking weakest part of the movie.
It sets up so much for the future. They were having such a good... Whatever, bro.
You're my boy.
The montage guy. I'm a montage man.
Yeah, well, you are a tech and cinema guy, so I get it. Whatever. Not cinema guy. Camera guy. What?
Nothing.
He looks sad.
Nah, I'm just adjusting
That's my
mic.
fucking guy over there, all right?
Yeah, that's
Don't
right.
you ever. Michael Cera. I loved his casting. Going against type. You need to use the toilet, honey? Go ahead. Who wants a sip? Sip time. When those chicks are, one of them's eating his ass and the other's sucking him off when it fucking opens the door. That's unreal,
Fire.
dude. Yeah.
The fact that Jay stayed and watched, he's such a cuck.
Yeah. Danny McBride's intro is perfect into the movie. Him fucking waking up in the tub. And then when they tell him Michael Cera's dead, he starts laughing. He goes, Michael Cera's dead. Fatalities.
Honestly, he was such a honestly, I would have voted him out when he takes the fucking water.
Yeah.
and just
leans it on his feet.
I guess none of us are drinking it, and then pours it all
yeah.
over himself.
James Franco didn't suck any dick last night. Now I know y'all are tripping. Dude, he's unreal in that movie. Oh yeah, and the scene where James Franco confronts Danny in front of Seth for using his magazines to jerk off. I genuinely believe that's one of the funniest scenes in movie history. Unreal. I mean, you can see Seth Rogen laughing from certain angles, and bro,
knowing it's probably ad-libbed.
Like he uses the bat.
Sometimes when I jerk off, I make a jizz.
Sometimes when I jerk off, I come. I'm assuming that happens to you too. You got iPads on the walls, and you've been jacking your dick like a fucking pilgrim.
He goes, I like to read.
I like to fucking read, man. Oh, dude, I like it. This movie. I like it. This movie. I like it how it, like those three are in Pineapple Express together, and then like during the party, it has the three actors from Superbad together in a scene. I'm about to step on that. But yeah, I love how like they know what they're doing in the pockets of the movie. What?
I'm just thinking of all the times I've seen Danny McBride in a movie now.
Yeah.
And I realized he's the bad guy in 30 Minutes or Less.
Yeah.
One of my favorite. That's one of my favorite movies.
One of the
ever.
greatest movies ever. We'll probably have to do that too. Yeah, because the lore of that movie as well. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll bring that up for sure. Don't you do your research on that. I want to surprise you with it. All right.
Okay.
Deal? All right, deal. Yeah, that movie's insane, and Nick Swartzen's unreal. Nick Swartzen on a podcast, just a little preview for when we do it, said that that was one of his favorite movies. Okay. Dislikes. I don't have a lot. I don't hate the ending of the movie, but I don't like it as much as the rest of the movie. We'll never get a Seth Rogen and James Franco movie again, or another movie like this again. You know, like you said, they don't make movies like this anymore. This was the end of an era. It truly was. This is the end for comedies. I dislike that they've never made a movie with the three leads of Superbad. Like I said earlier, I love how they bring them together. One of the best scenes is Michael Cera saying, "Hey, what's this cocaine smell like?" and blowing it in McLovin's face. I've never done this drug before. Oh, dude. It's perfect. It's perfect. What do you think?
Was McLovin in this? In This Is the End?
Yes, they have them. Those three together. He walks up to him and goes, "What's this cocaine smell like?" And he blows it in McLovin's face.
Dude, I completely missed.
Yeah,
that.
it's at the party.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's one of the best
Oh, I
scenes
wonder
because
how
Jonah
many things I
Hill's like,
missed.
"Yeah, you piece of shit."
I like the Kevin Hart talking to.
Yeah, it's like
holy
either
yeah.
it's like it's right after that. I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's all right though. You feel bad now?
I don't feel bad.
I would, if I were you.
A little bit.
What? Oh yeah, no. I just feel like I'm going fast. I feel like I'm going a little fast. I got 2 pages left.
Well,
we are halfway through, so that's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up with the viewers at home? If they made it this far.
Yeah, I hope so. I didn't even check, but our retention rate is not great. That's probably not a good thing to bring up in the middle. I digress, though. Yeah. This is now from the last week I did. The first 2 weeks I did 5 fun facts from IMDb, but I'm gonna do 7 again. I think we're gonna, especially with the movies I love. If Without a Paddle didn't have a lot of I can't even say the word. I'm fucking tripping on my words today. They didn't have a lot of facts on that one, so this movie did, and I'm assuming the rest of the movies I do will. Seth Rogen said that he was shocked by how much the actors would insult each other. According to him, especially Jonah Hill and James Franco in particular, seemed to go at each other the hardest. At one point, he felt like he had to intervene and remind them that they were actually friends and liked each other.
What?
Yeah. So that's pretty crazy. It's personal, man.
That just makes it even so much better because they're playing themselves.
Yeah.
They're just like, so what? You really mean that?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, I'm sure. I mean, like I said, the lines were improvised and ad lib, so they're pulling from their real life, and that's the best art because my jokes, they're all zany and silly and dark and twisted, but the best one I've noticed that the ones that usually work the best are the ones that are derived from real life and where I have a crazy twist on it. So, 9/11. I mean, 9/11 is always going to be fire to joke about, if you will. I digress. Most of the paintings that can be seen hanging in the background were painted by James Franco. Seth Rogen stated in an interview that during production, each main cast member had taken him aside at one point and told him that they could not do what he was asking them to do because it was going too far and going too extreme. James Franco was the only cast member who never turned anything down. I love that. Seth Rogen's always been trying to push culture. I told you that. He's always been counterculture. So, what? I see you gearing up for something. You thinking of something? What are you thinking about?
I think we'll bring it up. It'll come up soon. But yeah, no, I think the paintings were like.
Yeah, he literally has. If you
So
notice
silly.
in the movie, it's James Franco and Seth Rogen are side by side, and he says, "You think that's weird?" and because they're playing it to where James Franco is obsessed with Seth and cares all about Seth, and yeah, it's hilarious the dynamic. He has the Freaks and Geeks painting too, and you don't like art? What, you don't like art? Your daddy's dick was the paintbrush. Your mama's pussy was the canvas. Bam, art.
Yeah, is that where sandwich artists became popular? Or
This
people-
was around the time that they were calling people sandwich artists, so it became yeah. I worked at Subway in 2014. Fun fact.
You were a sandwich artist?
I was.
Damn, bro, you've come so far.
I have.
I bet you made funny sandwiches.
I made. Oh, wow, thank you, dude. I appreciate that. No, I made pretty good sandwiches. Here's what I would do. You would get a free sandwich each shift or whatever. So if like someone came in and made a sandwich that I thought looked good, I'm rolling with that. You feel me?
Fire.
Yeah, dude, it was a pretty good time. And then our boy Jared had to.
Our boy's crazy.
Yeah, our boy had to go and do that thing. So I don't know, man.
Quick.
Subway was harboring two monsters. If you catch my drift. What's up? I'm the white OJ.
So speaking on the topic of fast food, earlier in the beginning of the movie, or some part of the movie, Jay goes, "Remember that time I got you a $20 gift certificate at Taco Bell, and I bet you couldn't eat all of the
Ooh,
everything."
yes.
What could
I
$20 get you from
fuck
fucking
with
Taco
this,
Bell
dude.
today, bro? Not enough.
I mean, honestly, yeah, it's only gonna get you like 2 meals. Back in the day, you could fucking
Time capsule, bro.
yeah. There's a time capsule. One of the first times I ever got ripped on marijuana, we went to a Taco Bell KFC combo, and I got probably $20 worth of food, and then we went to Crybaby Bridge and scared ourselves half to death. But yeah, different times. I do remember spending $20 at the KFC Taco Bell combo and eating all the food.
That's wild. Growing up, for me, it was Wendy's. I could get so many Wendy's
Oh yeah,
burgers.
Wendy's was college for me because it was like 4 for $4, wasn't it, or
Bro,
some shit?
they had some even. I feel like they had even better deals. This isn't just look. This isn't a fast food review. I'm just saying, fast food is expensive now, and that's crazy.
That's why I just stick with either Chipotle or Terry's because Chipotle is pretty much the same as fast food, and you're gonna get filled up either way. Pause. But yeah, dude, they talk about gluten and Carl's Jr. That was the beginning of all that. I remember, yeah, this was the beginning of gluten, like 12 years ago. Gluten! But yeah, then they smashed Carl's Jr. I love that shit. Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, not a fan. Are you?
I've only been a few times. Can't say it was memorable.
Yeah, no, it's disgusting. Okay, let me see. Where am I at? According to Seth Rogen, Danny McBride was the person who made everyone laugh and break character the most, obviously. At one point, it took 18 takes and over an hour for the cast to get a joke on film because McBride's delivery kept making everyone laugh. I'm assuming that's the fucking jerk-off magazine scene. It'd have to be, right?
Dude, I mean, it's either that or the G.I. Joe or the...
Yeah, the Channing Tatum.
The Channing Tatum scene.
That's fucking G.I. Joe. I just slide right in there.
Dude,
I love him.
I forgot it was Channing Tatum in this movie.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, bro, when he arched his back,
Oh, yes.
I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I think Channing Tatum's bi for sure.
I think he confirmed. I think that's confirmed since...
Have you seen, this is unrelated, but have you seen the first Magic Mike?
Not on purpose, but yeah.
Good fucking movie. I don't give a fuck what you say. That's a great fucking movie.
This is like a cowboy watching Brokeback Mountain and being, that shit's poetic.
Bro, there's nothing. I mean, yeah, it's about fucking dude strippers, but like that's just like a subplot of the movie. There's really not that much stripping. It's just a good fucking movie. Matthew McConaughey
are we
in that
doing
movie.
Magic Mike?
No, we'll never do it, but like it's a good movie. I don't give a fuck what you say. Do I have to say no homo before it? No, because I'm comfortable with my sexualduality. I love
Those dudes
women.
are jacked.
Yeah.
No homo.
That's where it gets a little questionable. But no, I'm fucking with you. Yeah, that's a good movie. Yeah, when they wanted to cast the part of the Gimp, they were thinking no one will do this part, and Jonah Hill was like, I bet I can get Channing Tatum to do it.
I forgot Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum.
Yeah,
because
they had just been in 21 Jump Street together. So yeah, they called him up, and Channing Tatum was more than happy to do it. So Channing Tatum's a fucking dog,
Legend.
dude. Yeah, he's a dog. I'll give him that.
I was a dog. He was a puppy boy.
The movie Dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen that, haven't you?
No. In this movie, he was like leashed like a little dog.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, he was on a leash. That's Channing Tatum. A DVD copy of this film was the last film rented by a Blockbuster Video in Hawaii before the chain ceased operations on November 9th, 2013. So R.I.P. to Blockbuster. I know I said R.I.P. to Family Video before. So, yeah, dude. Here's where we get wild. All right, here's where Austin Ingles humor comes in. Originally, there was going to be a joke where one of the characters said they had smoked crack with Whitney Houston. When Whitney Houston died, the joke was cut out of respect, and a different joke was used. In addition, while making the film, Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg were in the process of convincing Prince to let him use the song Purple Rain for when Seth and Jay are shot up into heaven at the end of the movie. But after Houston passed away, Rogen and Goldberg dropped negotiations with Prince. Instead, they used Houston's I Will Always Love You in those scenes as a tribute to her. So, beautiful. But yeah, can you imagine that? They were fucking gonna have a smoking crack scene with Whitney Houston, then she died of a crack overdose in a bathtub. You'd think an artist of her magnitude would be able to draw a bath. Yeah, that was a joke of mine that has never worked, so we'll try it here. I think, yeah, we're working out the kinks. Yeah, and for those of you that want to give me shit about the current event jokes, no one ever has, but they're current event jokes. They're not gonna be in my fucking act. That's why they're current event jokes. You can't use them forever. All right? That just shows you that I'm writing. May not be good all the time, but hey, you don't make every shot you take, and shoot or shoot, bitch. What's up?
Just shoot it for the fuck of it.
Yeah. Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg said in an interview that they were originally going to have an additional scene during the end credits showing James Franco and Danny McBride smoking marijuana with Adolf Hitler in hell. Kanye would have loved that. But then they felt that would be too much. There was never supposed to be a scene in heaven, but the movie ended with... what? Is everything good? Okay. The movie ended with them just like beaming up and then it fading to black. But the test runs did not go well with that, so they wanted them to see heaven at the end. So Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg wrote a new ending and asked the Backstreet Boys to come film it.
Yeah, that was the most insane wish.
Yeah,
just like I thought he was gonna wish for his. I forgot how the movie ended like that, and I thought he was gonna wish for his friends to be there.
That would be a better ending, I think, right? And then bring the Backstreet Boys in.
I can do anything. Like, come on, Jay.
Well, he's not friends with any. He's only friends with Seth.
Jay sucked.
You don't like Jay? Go ahead and get it out.
Honestly, bro, I would have before McBride goes, I would have fucking sent Jay's ass into the flames, bro.
Jay just knows he's a few hours away from becoming the house bitch himself. Danny McBride says that. Oh, I love that. The confessionals is great. He wanted to do the promo of that. That's great. No, our promo for next week is going to be next level. I'm just saying that now.
Okay.
Don't even tease it. Don't you ever.
I don't even remember what it is.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, dude, we're killing this. What are we? 3-5 in or so? Yeah. Okay. Tech deck. What do you think so far? What was your favorite part of the movie since you watched this one?
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of real standout scenes to me. Jonah Hill exorcism, crazy.
You like the exorcism of Jonah Hill?
I thought it was a nice touch for an apocalypse movie once they introduced that it was like the rapture.
Yeah.
I made a note that the first rapture scene in the grocery store is fucking crazy, and that lady is just like, "What about me? What about me?"
The
cashier.
The
lady.
cashier. And the radiator falls on her.
Splattered.
Yeah.
This was like gorier than
Oh.
I would ever have imagined.
Did you not see Pineapple Express?
I did, but I don't remember.
I mean, Seth Rogen does this in all of his movies. Interviews the same way. It goes from a comedy to like fucking just crazy gore and action and violence. He's essentially what Tarantino does, just over the top violence. I said this in Pineapple Express. Pineapple Express was, inspired from Pulp Fiction, and they wanted to make it look like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, gorier than I was used to for like any kind of comedy.
Yeah,
but I definitely.
That's just a Rogen touch. That's how every one of most of his movies are.
Really?
Yeah, Pineapple Express, Interview.
I actually don't. I don't remember. Like, I need to pay more attention.
Yeah,
that's what I'm learning. Other things I liked about the movie in general. Craig. He's like one of my favorite fucking.
Craig Robinson.
Yeah, Craig Robinson.
Yeah.
I like him when he's the DJ in The Goods. He's like, nobody tells DJ Request what to play.
Off. Yeah, he
oh,
does.
I need that. I'm getting that shirt.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm getting that.
Yeah,
Take
that
your
is
panties.
you.
Yeah, shout out that shirt, bro.
That is you to a T, bro. That is fucking. That's you if I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Will you carry around a sweat towel in the summertime?
Hell no.
Oh no, you ain't that.
I could though.
You could.
Yeah.
You could pull that off. I really only think fat guys and black guys can pull it off though. So you're neither.
I mean, I get big.
You can get
I'll
big.
get,
You
I'll
can
get big
swole.
for the sweat towel, man.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just literally on your shoulder, have a sweat towel.
Always.
Yeah, I fuck with that.
What else? Scenes wise, I thought were like really good. I said the hallway scene could have been more fleshed out. I would have liked to have seen them like, you know,
yeah, where they're talking about
scare her a little more. I don't know. Like she just came out with the axe. Like good for her. Like that was.
Yeah, I don't think that they needed to do any more with that.
I mean, like, you know,
Chill,
it would have been cool.
Chill.
Nothing was gonna happen.
Right.
It was just the vibes.
Right.
I just, you know, I wanted to see more of Emma Watson. I wanted to see her in more scenes. That's what I mean.
That's all. I
don't want to
say.
see more of her. I want to see just her in more scenes.
Okay.
That's what I meant by that.
That's cool.
Just to clarify.
Okay, I'm glad.
I'm not a gooner.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not a gooner, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to JJ.
Okay, I think this is the last scene thing I can remember that I loved. When fucking James Franco's flipping him off, and he gets unbeamed.
Oh, unbeamed. Yeah. He's and falls. Yeah. You were Petty, Tom Petty, and then he eats him. Yeah.
And then the beams obviously made it felt like you were coming. Like.
Yeah.
They were like,
how they're shaking. So yeah.
That's just too funny.
Yeah, it was great. All right. Our final segment is this a cult classic? Neither or both. This is a classic. Yeah,
classic,
easily.
for sure.
Maybe the last of its kind. Like I said, the title is meta to all buddy comedies, I think. Yeah, this is the end of the buddy comedy runs. Really just an exclamation point. This is the apocalypse of buddy comedy movies. We're in a weird purgatory state when it comes to buddy comedy movies. I think they're about to be revived. We're talking about the Theo Von and David Spade movie. We have a lot of comedians writing those buddy comedy movies. So yeah, I think we're gonna see a resurgence of them. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, and I'm ready to rank them.
Yeah,
I'm ready to judge those motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's time for like a fun renaissance of feel good movies.
Yeah. And last week I said I was going to accuse somebody of being a serial killer, remember? Inspired by Seven and Tom Segura accusing Garth Brooks. And you ready for it?
I am so ready for
You ready?
this.
I think Bradley Cooper is a serial killer. What do you think?
Old BC? You gonna
Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. Here's why. I've always loved him, first of all. That's got to be a red flag. He definitely sniped some homeless people in the streets of Philly to prepare for American Sniper. He gets it. He gets into his role. You know. He made Lady Gaga a movie star. That's psycho. His first movie was called Midnight Meat Train. He's just leaving breadcrumbs right there. And to prepare for one of his roles, he could now as a cook. You can go to Philly and he'll be just in regular restaurants being a human. He's a recovering alcoholic. Look into his eyes, man. He's a serial killer. And I think it's going to come out at some point. Maybe I'm crass for saying this. Maybe I'm, maybe it's out of line. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, look, bro, nothing is off the table. I saw recently some Olympic skier was the head of a human trafficking drug cartel thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like yeah.
If you look into Bradley Cooper's eyes, there's some darkness behind there. That's all I'm saying. And he's now making a movie about stand-up comedy. If that's not a serial killer, I don't know what is. But I'm a fan, so fuck it. If you are a serial killer, don't kill me, Bradley. But yeah, to be making a movie about stand-up comedy, you got to be a little sick in the fucking head. It's probably going to be terrible. There's never been a good movie about stand-up comedy. The closest to it, we'll never do this movie, but shout out to Seth Rogen and Adam Sandler's Funny People. Have you ever seen that? Yeah, the beginning of that when they go through stand-up is that's pretty close.
So we're never going to do some of these movies?
What, Funny People?
You say, like, what do you mean never?
I shouldn't say never. You're
Okay.
right. Never,
Don't you ever say never.
never say never. You're right. Okay.
All right, baby.
We've gotten a little biblical and spiritual with the last 2 episodes, but don't worry, my godless angels, we're departing from that. Departing. That means that next week we'll be doing The Departed. Yeah, you see what I did there, motherfucker? I'm nice with it if you made it this far. And yes, JD Spets will finally be joining us. We're going to have him call in. Hopefully we can figure that out, and it'll be seamless. You think it'll be easy? Yeah? What's going on over there? Nothing? Yeah, we're about to wrap this up, so. But yeah, thank you, folks. We appreciate it. Yeah, watch The Departed to prepare for next week's episode. We appreciate all the listeners so far. Tell your friends about it. We're going to maybe get it up on Apple eventually. Just get all the episodes on Apple on podcasts too, just to expand our platform. What are you giving me that look for? We will? What?
It will be after today.
Are you going to tell them about the promo you wanted to do with the movie?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, guys. And for anyone who did make it this far, just be sure to leave a comment. We're going to be giving away a 1-year subscription to Cinemark movie.
Yeah, I am a Cinemark movie member, and their movie rewards program is unreal. It's $10 a month. Movie tickets usually run you about $13, so you're getting a free movie, one free movie a month. And then on Tuesdays, it's like half off tickets, so you get like the movie ticket is like $6.50 or $6.75 on Tuesdays for movie members. So 10% off concessions. If you go see a movie once or twice a month, this is a no-brainer. But yeah, we're going to be giving it away to our top fan, top commenter. So yeah, we're going to see where this goes. I know this is early in the process, but hey, you got to get the ball rolling somehow. So we do appreciate the listeners so far and everybody who's giving us kind words. Thank you so much, everybody. I think that's it. Next week is The Departed. Thank you, Radu. Get us out of here, baby. Thank you, everybody.